hello again. Welcome back to Quiet English. I'm Jacque. If you listened to our last episode, you know that 4 men are in a small boat somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. They can see the shore, but the sea is rough and the shore is not yet reachable. Today, we find out what happens. The night came. It was a long, cold night. The men took turns sleeping. Just a little. Just enough. The oiler rowed. Then the correspondent rowed. Then the oiler again. And sometimes when the correspondent was rowing alone in the dark, he felt very small. He looked at the stars. He listened to the waves. And he thought about all the people who had ever been lost at sea. He thought, I understand now. I understand what they felt. By morning, they could see the shore more clearly. Oh, there were houses. There was a windmill, a tall structure turning blades. And they thought they could see people. The captain waved his coat. He waved and waved, but no one came. Perhaps the people on shore did not see them. Oh, perhaps they thought the boat was just a fishing boat, moving slowly. The men felt something sharp then. Disappointment. And something close to anger, though there was no one to be angry at. They tried once to reach the shore. They turned the small boat toward land. The waves pushed them forward, fast, too fast. And then a large wave came. It was enormous. It filled the boat and turned it over. The men were in the water. The cold water, the dark water, the rushing water. Swim, the body says, swim. The correspondent swam. Oh, the cook held on to the boat. The captain held on to a small wooden float. And the oiler swam strongly toward the shore. He was the strongest swimmer. People did come then. From the shore, people ran into the water. They pulled the men out. They carried them. They brought warm blankets and kind voices. But the oiler did not make it. He was found on the shore, face down, in the shallow water. He had been so strong. He had rowed the most. He had worked the hardest. And still, the sea does not make promises. The correspondent survived. He lay on the warm sand and looked at the sky. He was alive. And he felt something he could not quite name. Gratitude, yes, but also grief and also wonder. How strange it is to be alive. How unexpected. How brief. Later, he could interpret the waves. That is the last line of the story. To interpret means to understand, to find meaning. The men in the story had been inside the storm. They had been inside the danger. And because of that, they understood something they could never have understood before. Sometimes that is how it works. We do not choose our hard moments, but we can choose what we carry out of them. The correspondent carried understanding. He carried memory. He carried the quiet knowledge that life is both fragile and worth fighting for. Thank you for spending this time with me. 2 episodes, 1 story. And now we move forward together. I wonder what season 4 will bring us next. If you have a story you love, something quiet, something true, write to me. I'd love to hear your suggestions. Remember JacqueEddyVoice at gmail.com. And Jacque is always spelled Jacque. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. The shore is closer than it seems. God bless.